My name is Philip Mesa-Turner, and I'm going to run you through the basic control panel options. So to get to control panel, you go to Start, and then to Settings, and Control Panel. First of all, we see the accessibility options, which holds options like the magnifying glass. I'll show you. For the keyboard, it has the sticky keys. Basically, if you push Shift too many times, like 5 times, then it'll beep. Or if a key's being held down, it'll beep. This will repeat any repeated keystrokes. It'll ignore repeated keystrokes, like if you push the button too many times, or too many times by accident or something. Toggle keys. If you want to hear tones when you change from numlock on to numlock off, or caps lock on to caps lock off, I kind of like to do it. It's a little musical. Sound. Well, let's see if we can do it. Those are the sounds that you'll hear. Okay, not that musical. It's sort of shrill, but okay. And the next one would be sound. If you want your computer to make sounds every time something comes up, like one of those, like an error menu, an error thing, every time that comes up, you can change the sounds. You can also change what it does, like if it flashes, if the screen flashes. If you wanted to show captions, just show sounds. Mouse. You can control your mouse with a numerical keypad, like I think it's 8 for up and 2 for down, or 6 for left and 4 for right, or something like that. And you click this to use mouse keys, and you can change how fast it goes, how fast it accelerates. You can also use a shortcut, so you can turn it on without going in this menu, which I actually kind of like it. I've used it on computers that I didn't have a mouse for, or like a PS2 mouse. I don't have any of those anywhere. In general, you can turn off accessibility features after idle, 5 minutes. Self-explanatory. Make a sound turning a feature on or off. That's kind of annoying. Every time you turn a feature on or off, it'll beep, just like the keyboard beeps. And support serial key devices. Like if you had I believe this is for if you had an external numpad or something like that. And remove programs. Pretty self-explanatory in here. Every time you install a program, it'll be in here. If you want to uninstall it, you click on it and you click Add Remove. With newer versions of Windows, you can actually change from there. There's a Add Remove and Change option. Change is if you need to update it or something, but usually that just happens through the program. MS-DOS console. This is what it looks like when you're in your DOS window. So in here, MS-DOS. Your basic stuff. You can change the font, you can change the layout, how big, the colors. Of course, you can do all this in MS-DOS as well, pretty easily. Just go in here. Okay. And color. And you can choose, I don't remember how many, but it's like, yeah, there are the colors right there. 7 colors. Oh no, 14 colors. Personally, let's see, color 1. Hey. Oh, gross. You can also change the title of the, if you would I don't know if you're a nerd. Now it says, I am awesome up here. Okay. And that's that, basically. You don't have that really with the newer ones because you don't use MS-DOS with the newer computers very much. You can change the date and time in here. We've done that. Time zone, Tijuana, of course. There's devices. It shows all the devices that we have. This shows parallels. It shows all the ports, and you can disable them or you can turn them on if they have drivers. Display. This is basically, you can get to this menu by right-clicking on the main screen properties. That's one way. Fonts. You keep all your fonts in here. You add fonts to there. Internet. This is how you figure out. Well, this is how you start the proxy server if you wanted to set one up. Keyboard. This has all your keyboard options, such as the character repeat. Not that it matters that much, but they're testing it right now. I want it to be a little bit shorter. That means I can type K faster. And repeats rate. No, that means I can type K faster. This shows the cursor and the cursor for blink rate. This is where you can add different languages to your keyboard if you have a different keyboard. In general, it's the keyboard that you have. The one that I have, of course, is attached to my computer because it's a laptop. Mail. Here you'd set up your mail if you wanted your email to forward to your Outlook folder. It's not called Outlook on here, it's called Windows Mail or something. You can also access your inbox on your home screen. Microsoft Mail, Post Office, basically the same thing, different settings. Modems, if you have a modem and you want to detect it, or if it doesn't detect it automatically, which it probably wouldn't because it's in Windows NT, and it's in there. Mouse, all of your mouse changed to right hand. Pointers, motion, and which mouse it is. I don't have a PS2 mouse, but this computer thinks I have a PS2, which is pretty cool. So, multimedia.
When you're a coach in the NFL.
Oh. Sorry about that.
There are no sick days. Next equal defeats 5.
Okay, let's get back to this. Alright, multimedia. Is your playback volume. It's muted right now. I accidentally muted it while I was. Okay, let's turn it back on. No, okay. Okay, so it doesn't look like the audio is set up on here. So, video, if you want full screen, or regular. When you're showing a video, which this video looks awesome with a skier. MIDI, if you have any MIDI outputs or MIDI inputs. CD music, how high you want your headphone level, all stuff that you can do now from your dashboard, which is kind of dumb. And devices. So it'll show all the devices that are playing, all the devices that are connected, all those in there. Network. This is your work group setup, or you can set up a net buoy or a server. TCP/IP, PC card or PCMCIA. I don't have one of these, and they're pretty useless now. But back then you could use them to get. I don't know if you could get wireless, maybe TV adapter or a better, I don't know, sound or something. Ports. This is all of your COM ports. It lists here. You can settings on it and all this stuff. Printers. It'll show all the printers on locally or on a server. You can add them in there. Regional settings. Tijuana. SCSI adapters. This is going into a little bus logic. It doesn't have our advanced serial bus or universal serial bus, but you know, it's old. So server, you can check out your server here, see the usage, see how many people are on, users, what's shared, what's in use, what's being replicated, with alerts on it. A lot of options in here. Services. This is all of your. This is just all of the device driver properties, like with your printer, if you have one, your spooler. And while it's spooling, you can see that it's working and stuff. Sounds, system sounds, what sound you want your computer to make when it has an error or something. System, start up, shut down, performance environment. And tape devices. I don't really use this anymore. If you're running a server, then you probably have tapes to record data onto, but they don't do that much anymore. Telephony. Telephony. This is another modem option. So if you want a forwarding modem, close. Okay. Vatican City. Okay. And UPS. This shows your battery if your supply's on. That's kind of for a laptop. So you probably wouldn't use it if it was a desktop. But that's your power options. This thing won't go away. But that's it. That's basically it for Windows NT control panel